It really is a story about resilience. Let's talk about it. What? I feel like I haven't done this for a fucking long time and it hasn't been. Oh, you probably heard that in the background. That was my road. Can't speak, my road broadcaster that was about to drop on the ground. I'm like, shit. Don't do that, Amanda. I'm not a good idea. Hello. Yes, I am a professional. Hi. My name is Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour, apparently. It is 4:47 p.m. It is the 30th. Fuck. The 30th of December, 2025. I can't believe that. I'm saying it out loud and honestly, it's not registering in my tiny little pea brain. Anyway, hi. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. As I move the microphone, and I apologise for the weird noise. It's been a couple of weeks. I'll calm down. I'm excited to talk to you. Yes, I did record 2 podcasts. Not back to, yes, 1 week. Well, they're kind of back to back in semantics. And I then decided to take them down. May I release them in the future? I may. I'm not quite sure at this point, but I don't think it would be advantageous, all these big words that are coming out today, for me to do that at the moment. I listened to one of them back, the last one that I recorded, and like I mentioned to a friend like a week ago, I said to her, I'm like, on reflection, this sounds like I'm really angry. And you know what? I was. I was kind of angry. But, yeah, I'm not saying that I will never, release a podcast where I'm pissed off. I'm sure there's been previous podcasts that was me touching the microphone again. Yes, I'm sure there's podcasts where I've, recorded and I sound angry and frustrated. Many emotions have been spilt on this podcast. Yet I will say to you that in particular thought, do I want to put this out into the universe right now at this time, in this time-space continuum where I'm at and where I want to go? No. And would it serve me to do that? No. It was a moment where I vented, and yes, on reflection, I think it's good to vent. And I think it's good to formulate verbally what perhaps you can't speak to and of at the time. Though I think it's also important to go, you know what, bitch, you need to calm your farm. You need to pull it in. You need to rein it in, and you maybe need to settle the fuck down. So, yes, I didn't release it, and I didn't release the other one. And I did put something on Instagram. It's gone, In the world of social media these days, you post something and it's there for how long? And it's gone, and, it's in the ether. So there you go. But yeah, super excited to be here. Going to talk about a couple of things. But first, I don't know, should I do some motherfucking admin? First of all, apologies, that was fucking loud. Stop pressing things. Oh, that's a nice one. I feel like I'm not utilising all these fucking smash pads, by the way. No, I'm not underwater. Oh, you know what? I love doing this podcast. I'm just give me 1 second because someone's messaging me and I'm finding it very hard to concentrate. Bear with me. Okay. I can't answer that. Oh, dude. We'll talk about that another day. I'm not talking about that today. Anyway, hi. Look, admin. It's the 30th. Can you believe it's the 30th of December? I can't. I can because I'm here. I really can't. It's time to reflect. I'm not going to reflect long and hard and bore you with my bullshit. I can't truly believe that this year has come and gone. It has flown. I know it has flown for anyone I talk to. Yeah, it's been epic. It has been challenging at times. It has been very rewarding. And honestly, I sit here today a very changed person, a very proud person, honoured that I really went there with a lot of things. And I'll touch on that today. And, mate, looking forward to what's to come and what I don't know is to come as well. So there's that. Admin, I'm on fucking leave, mate. I'm on leave. I'm not working. I'm on a shutdown period. I know. You'd be like, what the fuck is that? For me, it's been the worst. Not that. Like I said, these smash pads. Thank you. I think I need to revisit my smash pads because honestly, it's been a while. I don't know where they are and I kind of know what I'm doing and I need to take advantage of this beautiful road. I wonder when they're... Oh, now I've put that into the universe. When are they going to release the Rodecaster Pro 3? I'm using the 2. The 3. What's the 3 going to look like? Anyway, get distracted. Yeah, not at work. In a shutdown period. Looking at my calendar because I can't just do it off the top of my head because I've got so much going on in my head. I went to work on the 22nd, which was a Monday. I was advised that I could take advantage, if you want to get fussy, of flex leave. I did. So therefore, I've been on leave since the 23rd of December. I know. Motherfucking amen to that, bitches. And yeah, I've been living my best life. I've been at home and I am off work to the 9th of January, go back on the 12th. I know. I know. I had to do that 3 times. It's going to sound good. Yeah. So what's that, 3 weeks? It's sublime, shall I say. It's summer here in Australia. If you didn't know, I'm in Australia. If you can't tell by my accent, I'm in Australia. It is summer. It has been, what am I trying to say? There has been some hot days. There has been some cool days. I recall a day quite recently, which was the 21st. It was 40 degrees Celsius, that is. It was fucking hot. Loving it. I was day drinking on that day. It was good. The day drink. Yeah, but it's been up and down. Today, luckily for me, my husband and I have what am I trying to say? Sounds weird. We have temporary pool that we put up every summer. I didn't think it was going to happen this year for many reasons. I won't bore you to tears with that. Let's just say it magically went up. It's awesome. I'm loving it. And yeah, I've been in the pool today. I'm sitting right now as I record on the 30th in my swimmers. I know, right? It's great. So, yeah, I'm not at work. I don't need to discuss work. 3 weeks. Fuck yeah. Fuck you. Fuck yeah. Still studying. Yeah, that's that. It doesn't stop over this period. Yeah, I don't know. Quick sip of my drink. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it. Probably fortunately. Uni doesn't go on hold when you're doing electives over the summer period. One of my subjects, I'm doing 2 at the moment, programming and computer science is the easiest way to simplify it. One of them is giving me a break. One of them has not. I'm like, fuck it. That's okay. That's okay. It's giving me some space now that I'm not working to actually focus a lot more. It's also given me some space to work out how I want to do this moving forward as I move into a Bachelor of IT and what that may look like moving forward in regards to work, study, anything else I want to motherfucking do in my life, including this podcast. So there is that. December's gone. December has gone. No. I need a baby. Have I got a baby one? Let me see. I don't think I do. I have that. I need, you know what I need? I need, just bear with me while I do this. No, not that.
Merry Christmas.
That is Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Not that. No. No. I thought I had, and I don't. I thought I had a baby going, wah. Anyway, I think that's on my phone. I digress. Yeah, Christmas has come and gone. I've had a great Christmas. I'm on leave. I'm not working. Yes, I'm still studying. It's summer. It's hot. I'm in the sun. I'm spending time outside. I'm spending time at home. I'm fucking relaxing. Life is good. And righto. You're like, righto, Amanda. You know what? I just randomly thought, well, how do I wrap up this year? Because it's been a year. And this is the thing. If you, someone like myself who watches a lot of YouTube, is probably the biggest social platform that I watch, by the way, then it's all about, and like I've said in the past, I'm a very spiritual person. I do watch tarot and, those kind of things as well, and a lot of podcasts around, life and all that kind of good shit. I won't go into it, but shall we just say everyone is like feeling the fact that this year's been a banger. It's been challenging. It's really, for those people like myself who really have been in a place of self-development and self-exploration and, trying to figure shit out in the context of what you want, in the context of where you want to go to, then, yeah, it's been a big year. I'm not going to lie, it's been a big year. I've travelled overseas 3 times. I can't believe that. You know what? It's as I'm quickly just going to check something. You know what? Multitasking when texting is actually very challenging, may I say. Okay, I'm just going to respond to something because I can. It's my fucking podcast. Anyway, focus. I will tell you one day. It's been, I don't know what to say. It's been a year. And it really, what I'm moving into and what I'm trying to say is the premise of the paper cup. And you'd be like, Amanda, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you wanting to talk about coffee and your love of such thing that is coffee? We could talk about coffee. I love it. The end. No, I could talk about, I could talk about coffee and all the things that I like food-wise, but no, I just randomly was thinking about the fact that, everyone, really, the people I watch and the people I talk to, it's been a fucking challenging year on so many aspects in people's lives. And for me, yeah, I can hand on heart tell you, like I said, someone who really has been, in a level of exploration, self-exploration, that is. Yeah, it's been, sorry, I thought someone was coming that up. It's been fucking challenging, mate. It's been an emotional year. It has been an exciting year because I've done some things that have just really pushed me beyond anything that I ever thought or imagined I could do or accomplish. And that's the reason why I did it. And that's why I want to talk about resilience. And that's really what the paper cup analogy is about today. So I'm just going to play some music for a second, and then we are going to talk about why I want to talk about resilience today. Okay, that was really loud. I got distracted by something else I was doing. Yeah, resilience. That's what I want to talk about today because there has been a huge, I wouldn't say awakening because that's really the first word that comes to mind. Perhaps that's where I want to lead into or where I want to walk into. I think it's for me, it's more than that. So I want to touch on the meaning of resilience. Obviously, I want to align it to the year that I've had. And then perhaps if you are on the same self-exploration journey as I am, then you could also explore what was that? Going down the road with a trailer. You probably heard that. You could then align that or, equate that to something that you all have gone through as well. So, yeah, resilience I want to talk about. And I thought about the paper cup, and I don't know why I thought about the paper cup. I think at first, and this is how my mind works, okay, I'll give you a snapshot into my mind, separate to this podcast, which is a complete snapshot into my machinations. Fancy. I'm getting fancy. Into my mind. A snapshot into my creative mind. So I'm sure, I can't even think of the movie, but American Beauty, is that the movie? Where, I think that is, I don't know, I'll have to check. I could be talking about out of my ass here. Where I can see the actress, but it doesn't matter. There's a scene where there's a paper, like a plastic bag or a paper bag. No, it's plastic, not paper, floating in the air, okay? And it's spinning around. I know. These are random thoughts, okay? I don't know if you like this, where you're just, I don't know, you're watching. I think at the time I was watching something on YouTube. I was thinking about myself. I was thinking about my year, and then I'm having thoughts of that particular movie. I think it's American Beauty. I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up. If it is, I'll link it in the description of this podcast, where there's one particular scene where there's an empty street or an empty place, and there's a plastic bag floating in the air. Anyway, there was that, okay? And then I was thinking about that. I don't know, like for like a less than a microsecond, right? And then I was thinking about a paper cup, not the paper cup spinning in the air like that movie, just a paper cup. And I was thinking about resilience. Must have been something around that I was watching on YouTube. And I thought, a paper cup, right? It's such a trivial thing. It's nothing, really. I was thinking about when I was in Japan, and I was thinking about 7-Eleven. Oh, I can't wait to get back. Anyway. Oh, God help me. And, yeah, I was thinking about even actually, because it comes to mind when I was staying at Samada and my recent trip that I had in November, which I just literally found in the last, 3 or 4 days of my stay there. And when I stay there again, now I know. Anyway, they had a food court, and I won't go into all of it, but there was a section that they had which was fucking awesome and amazingly clean, by the way, which had fresh water, cold, on tap that you could use if you were in the food court. There was bins that you could use. You could wash your hands there. It's just like a little station. I don't know, like a little water station place. I don't know how else to describe it. And it also dispensed paper cups. Now, if you didn't know, and if you've never been to Japan, I don't know what their government or whatever is thinking. I don't give a fuck, actually. They use a lot of disposable shit, okay? They're probably one of the highest countries probably who's still just pushing out plastic and paper shit and disposable shit that a lot of countries now, like here in Australia, for example, you need to take your own plastic bags. They sell paper bags and plastic bags. You have to buy them, which is ridiculous. Once upon a time, back in my day, you could go to the shops and they'd give you a bag. Now, you have to buy one. Anyway, this little station here in Samada, in the food court, fresh water, cold, you could wash your hands, they had sanitizer, they had trays, they had bins, it was like a little glorious station, and they had paper cups. And this is the thing, it's interesting when I think about a paper cup and the analogy of how strong a paper cup is for what it is. And yeah, I don't know, it's just a thought that came into my mind because it's such a disposable item. It's such a, nonchalant item, really, in the whole scheme of things. All of us pretty much can relate to going to a cafe or going somewhere, or whatever, and buying a takeaway coffee in a paper cup. And it holds its hot water and it holds its coffee and it's strong and it's resilient and it's disposable and it does its job and it does its job well every fucking mother time. And yeah, it was just the analogy of that in relation to resilience and quiet strength, because I think that's what I want to touch on, quiet strength. This is what I'm trying to talk about. Resilience, yeah, we can talk about that and we will talk about that, but I want to talk about quiet strength because anyone who is in that place in their life where they are doing a lot of self-reflection and self-development, I'm going to tell you right now, I hear you loud and clear, okay? there is, and there will be, probably for a very long time, quiet strength. The kind of strength that most people don't see. The quiet strength that only you know. And it is the strength, the personal strength, your own determination, your own will, even your own ego, both could be included in that, that will help guide, propel, push, force you to what you want in your life. And the quiet strength is, it is quiet. It's not often seen. I would say to you, as I go, I would say to you, quiet strength and resilience isn't seen. That's my opinion. For me, that even makes it even more monumental. I am sure that there are people who, you know, if we want to talk about self-development, that do you have people who loudly champion you? I would then propose to you quiet strength is even beyond that. It's in the place and in the time, in the moment, in the quiet, where you're doing something because you really want to do it, and no one's going to champion you. No one's going to go, oh, you're so awesome. Or like, oh, I can't believe you're doing that. You're so fucking, oh. No, I'm talking about those moments that you've chosen because you want to go there and you have the fucking fortitude to fucking do it. And you don't need, you know, a round of applause. You don't, like, this is the thing. I can give you, and I will give you. Mate, I'll give you fucking applause all day, mate. And I see you and I hear you because it's not easy. Quiet strength and resilience is a lonely journey. Yet, I was going to say but, yet the most rewarding personal journey that you could ever be on. Ever. I'm going to repeat that because it's a lot. Ever be on. Give me a second.
Hold on, let me take my time.
Okay. I just had to do something. Yes, I will. I'm happy to stand up and applaud anyone who is just doing their shit. They're on their shit. They don't need a loud applause. I'm going to give you one though, actually, because for a long time, there is still, I'm not going to lie, there is that part, which not assuming I know, is just human nature, that we all like to be supported. We all like to be uplifted. We all like to be applauded. I don't know. You make a nice meal for someone you love. Do you want a compliment? Question mark. Yeah, you kind of do. You know, you do something challenging. You finish something really hard. You learn something really difficult, you seek not guidance. Why did guidance come into my head? You seek affirmation. Quiet resilience or quiet strength, both, is where you get to a place where you don't seek that anymore, which sounds preposterous as I say it out loud. Yet it really is such an upper echelon, is that the word, of emotional fulfillment that really, I would implore everyone to have a crack of, because I know for me, I'm not going to lie. I like, if someone was to say you're doing a fucking good job, I kind of like that. And I've touched on that in the past where I know I've done things to, some sentiment of needing an affirmation or needing gratitude, etc., to feel whole. Sounds very dramatic, but it's interesting when I reflect on my year where there's, the biggest examples that I can give you today is me traveling overseas 3 times, and the first time in my existence, well, in this body at this time, that, I chose to do that and I really wanted to, and I made it happen and I did it. And I can't, without getting emotional, I can't truly explain the level of quiet strength that it's a guttural thing, really, to be honest. When you get to that place where you choose yourself and you choose to do things that you really wanted to do, and you accomplish them, and you don't do them because you need, your best friend or your husband or whoever to go, good job. You do them because you want to do them for you. And it's been that year for me. There's been moments, and I'm thinking of a moment in particular where I was at the Fullerton and I went to Sydney for work and I went for someone else. I'm not going to lie. I went because I wanted affirmation from someone. And that didn't happen. And I'll be very honest, I've sought affirmation from this person multiple times. And I can sit here today and I'm like, enough's enough. I'm done. And it's not that I'm being, and this is the thing for me, it's not that I'm being cold or I'm ghosting you or I don't give a fuck about you. I actually care about this person probably a lot more than they even imagine or know of, shall I say. That I really did have a moment on the 22nd of June, I believe. I don't know how I remember these things. It was in I watched a YouTube video the other day and I remember the person going, on this day, this happened, right? And I'm like, yep. And I'm like, did it? And I looked at my calendar and I'm like, it fucking did. It fucking did. So on this particular day, I went to Sydney for work because I wanted someone to see me and they weren't there. And it made me very angry and then it made me very sad. And I remember that night I can't really, complete picture, I can't remember the complete sequence of events, but I remember, I think there was room service. I think there was watching a really bad movie. Was that the Ghost movie? Was that time? I think it was. Where I watched Ghost at 2:00 in the morning, the movie Ghost, if you know, you know. I had a bit to drink, and then there was a moment where I was just trying to release the thoughts that I had in my mind, and I kept asking myself, what do I want? What do I want? What do you want? And I kept asking myself, and I thought I knew what I wanted, shall I say. And it all, finally narrowed down to peace. I just wanted peace. And do I want to call it a pivotal moment in my year? Clearly it must have been, because I'm thinking about it. Quiet resilience. In that moment, I was alone. In that moment, I truly did ask Spirit, I'll call it, I needed help. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I need help here. And I'm not going to lie, I repeated that pattern several times. Still did. I repeated that pattern all the way to the day I went on leave. And right now, I'll say to you, the pattern is broken. And these are the things, this is just one example. These are the things where, I'm right now talking about it on my podcast. I'm not having these conversations with people who I integrate with, may that be at work or in my life, outside of work. I'm not saying A, B, C, and I want a D. These are the things where this year really has been a lot of that. Really has been a lot of that. It really has been moments where, for me, I've let myself sit in a place where I've really been really sad, which is difficult because who wants to sit in that? And I have many reasons for that. There's that. There has been moments of that. That moment in the Fullerton watching Ghost and just asking for, please fucking help me. What do I fucking want? What am I doing? What do I fucking want? There's that. There has been moments right now off the top of my head. I remember when I went to Japan the first time in March on my own, first time overseas on my own, travelling with a group of people I didn't know. I just remember standing, because I went and saw the snow monkeys, and I remember standing there on the path, and I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. It's emotional. And just that I did it. That I fucking did it. And I have to say that trust and believe, when you have those moments, when you get to that place and you have that moment, I will tell you, I will cherish that moment in time for the rest of my fucking life, for the rest of my life. And this is the thing, if you don't ever do that, I'm sure, I'm sure that, I don't know, people mightn't be like me. There's a lot, clearly, that, you know, you're not on the same trajectory, thank you, where you just want to fucking give it a shot and see what happens. There's a lot. And this is the thing, if you get caught up in all of that, it can be too much. And at times it has been. It really has been in that moment, and I'm in that moment right now. I said to myself, I did it. And that's what this year's been. And no one saw that. I mean, I was with a group of people. But in that particular moment, I was just filming the monkeys and I was just taking it all in. I was trying to take it in. It was so overwhelming, to be honest, that clearly still is. That I'm going to have a break. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm still crying. Fuck it, I need to keep going. I need to focus. Yeah, no one was there, okay? I could have been, you know, in the forest. I can't even remember where I was. I'll link it in the description of the podcast. Honestly, I could have been in the forest on my own, completely on my own. And it was such an empowering, glorious moment. And this is the thing, if you've never done that, I honestly, I can't give it enough, I can't relay the sense of truly empowerment that I'm trying to relay right now in my voice as I try and gather my thoughts here, that when you achieve something that you've always wanted to do or you thought you never could, and it's beyond anything that you could ever imagine. Now why am I so emotional? That it's amazing. It's everything. It is everything. And then the bonus of that, I'll get there eventually. The bonus of that is that you take that feeling, like I am right now, which was in March and it's now December, that you take that feeling forever. Anyway. And this is a thing where I go back to that analogy of the paper cup, and, you know, it's the cup. And it does so much though. And it does it with integrity, and it holds, and it's firm, and it delivers. And it doesn't expect, it just does. And that's what resilience is, in my opinion. Quiet strength. In that moment, I wasn't looking around going, yeah, I fucking did it, mate, bitches. I wasn't on Instagram or YouTube. I wasn't recording it. I wasn't, you know, seeking validation for any other motherfucker around me. I was standing there and I was like, I fucking did it. And no one else saw that. I actually said it out loud. No one heard it. And you know what? That is that tiny capsule of time that I will hold deep in my soul for the rest of time. And from that, I'm like, let's go. And this is a thing where I would say to you, if you, I don't know, if you're not on a journey like me, or you've kind of thought about it and thought, oh, I'd really like to do, I don't know, A, B, C, or just A. You don't have to do A, B, C like me being overachiever. Blech. If you just have something, just one thing, I know that you want to try fucking pilchards on it. Don't ask me, it was in a conversation like a day ago. It doesn't have to be as grandiose as going to Japan and bloody seeing the snow monkeys, okay? I understand. It's pretty large on the scale of shit that you might want to do, okay? If it's just, I don't know, trying something that you've never tried before, I don't know, you try oat milk instead of real milk. I know. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is for you, the quiet strength of just doing something without validation is such a monumental fucking mind-blowing achievement that on reflection I'm like, of course it would be. Of course it would be. When you achieve something for just achieving it without seeking that response, okay, that ethereal response. Like I said, yeah, when you think about it, yeah, it kind of makes sense that it would be so life-changing is the only thing that comes to mind. Yet it is clearly something that I have sought for and fought for personally for a long time. And this year's been the year that I did it. And it has now put me or moved me deeply, soul level shit, on the trajectory that I want to go. So I'm talking doing a Bachelor of IT. I'm talking about studying at 53, about to be, clearly. Not yet. Just going for things that just because I can. Seeing what happens. Planning and not planning. Moving to Japan, living in Japan. Contemplating thoughts that I never imagined I'd ever would. Doing things I never thought that I would. And not seeking validation from any motherfucker. It is the most empowering thing that I've learnt this year. And it's just been me. And this is the thing, this is one of the biggest lessons that I've learnt this year. Because I will still say to you, there is, like I said, that example of that person where even up to like a week ago, I was seeking a level of validation from that person, a connection, a desire that I thought, or a desire, I don't know if that's the right word, but a sense of connection that I thought would somehow please me or fulfill me in some way, shape or form. And yet being again rejected, maybe not, but that's harsh, but then it's like, okay, I get it. I get it. And yeah, it's just, these are the moments where, you know, again, I've touched on this in multiple podcasts where I don't know if it's an age thing. I don't know if it's a female thing. It's probably, you know, I'm sure a man would say it is. Or society would say it is. That you do get to a point where you just like, fuck it. You just do. You know, some of the things that I've done, like I said, I could not, if I, on reflection, think about that a year ago, that I went overseas 3 times. I went on a trip with YouTubers, which just fucking still blows my mind that I did that. That I went to Japan twice. That I went to Japan just recently in November on my own. That I'm going to go again. I haven't booked anything. That's another story. Yeah, it's not full circle shit. That's not what I'm trying to say. It just really is, the lesson that I've learnt this year is quiet resilience. And in the fact that there's always been resilience, and I've touched on this before, a level of personal strength that I have just based on, you know, the life that I've lived. But to say that this year really has, you know, we touch on these, and I've touched on these subjects before, self-worth, which is a big one, which I'm still learning, people-pleasing, speaking your truth, being who you are and being comfortable with that. But quiet resilience, quiet strength, and I think it then leads to self-worth and just validation and not needing validation, and just being comfortable with validating yourself, and the level of empowerment that you will get from that. Like I said, like that moment still makes me extremely emotional. And even just, you know, when I went to Japan in November, and I remember, you know, there's many moments, but I remember getting to Hanada and the airport, that is, in Japan if you've never been there. And, you know, you get off the plane and you just before you head into customs and to finally get your bag, and you're fucking super excited. You're like, yeah. And, you know, you're finally off the fucking plane, the second plane that is. And, you know, you're on the travelators, and, you know, there was that moment where I'm like, I fucking did it. I fucking did it, mate. And no one's around. This is all internal, and there's no one to go pat you on the back, or there's no one to go, yay, Amanda, you fucking did it. No one. And the self-satisfaction that you get is so deeply resonant in me, in my soul, as I sit here today, like a deep fire that burns in me to just propel forward to everything that I want to do. You know, there's Highlander, I've talked about that. I've talked about, you know, using, you know, learning quiz quick. We could go there about IBM. There's things that I've just like, I'm in a place where I fucking can do this. And it's amazing. And I want to talk about it today because, you know, I'm sure there's people who are at a place where, for so many things, they're afraid, or they can't even contemplate thinking, you know, I want to do this or that, whatever it is, and thinking they can't do it, or they need someone to hold their hand. And like, I'm not saying, if that might be a thing where you want to do A, B, and C and you want to do it with someone else and that's your thing. I'm not, dismissing that in any way. What I am saying though is I honestly look back on this year as I sit here in my podcast studio and I look at the trees and I think of the podcasts that I've done and I think of the subjects I've talked about and the many subjects I want to talk about and the music I want to create and the places I want to go and the feelings I want to immerse myself into, and it's just glorious. And I could only want to say to anyone who listens to this podcast that do it. Just fucking do it, mate. And, that you're okay. You are, and I know it sounds contrite and I hear it all the time on social media, and it's not actually contrite at all, believe it or not, that you are stronger than you are. You are stronger than you think. And you don't need, it's nice. There is moments, I'm not going to lie. It is very nice and heartwarming and comforting to have people. There is also space for you to do the things that you want to do and do them on your own, and that you can do them and you will accomplish them. And that sense of enchantment, well, there is that. There is a sense of enchantment, but achievement is the word I'm trying to spit out. The sense of achievement and fulfillment when you execute something that you've always wanted to do and you do it, you cannot ever replace that. For me, I will never replace that. Trust and believe that. Ever. Amen. So, yeah, it has been a phenomenal year. It has been a very quick year. A lot has been happening. A lot has happened. There has been some really sad moments for me. Sad in the sense where I have felt very alone and even at times afraid. Yet I really sit here today with a strong backbone of quiet strength and resilience. And knowing that I do have the capacity, if I choose the capacity, and that's important, to do it. And that I can do it. And honestly, I'd love to just, like a rainbow with sprinkles. That's what I'm imagining in my mind right now, by the way. Just like a magical rainbow with sprinkles, just, spread the love of that to the whole world, because it is truly such an empowering, beautiful feeling in your complete essence of a human being to feel some of the things that I felt this year. Yes, some of the things that I felt I didn't like. They were really hard. Yet at the same time, I sit here today stronger, empowered, excited, ready. And that's the thing. The lesson of resilience, the lesson of worth, the lesson of empowerment for me this year has been pivotal in my progression as a human being, to be centered and to become the person I kind of was, but the person I want to be. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there today. First of all, I will do another podcast tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 31st. It's New Year's Eve. I'm going to do a podcast tomorrow just to wrap it all up, I think, for the year. I want to say that thank you. And I know I say this a lot, but thank you to everyone who does listen to this podcast. I truly am grateful to those who do take the time to listen to what I talk about. And I look forward to moving my podcast forward into the new year. Like I've said, this is my life's passion. This is one of them. And I have many. This is one of them. And I look forward to continuing this podcast into 2026. I can't believe that. 2026. And yeah, it's this year moving on is going to be a fucking banger, mate. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to you coming on the journey with me and your journey. And I'm looking forward to hearing your journey as well. So you can, segue, anytime reach out to me via my email address, which is info@thetequilahour.com.au. On socials, yes, I use Instagram. It's the primary place where you'll find me. I'll speak eventually. I have the Tequila Hour, and I have my own personal Instagram page, which is _1_Amanda. Yes, I need to clean up my YouTube channels. Whatever. And you know what? I have a lot of creative ideas that I want to bring forward into the new year, and I'd love you to join me. So if you do listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I'd love you to listen. I'd like you to like. I'd like you to subscribe as well. I don't usually say that, so if you can subscribe, give me feedback. If you want to reach out, is there something you want me to talk about? I'd love to talk about it with you. You can actually join me on my podcast as well. You don't have to be here in the secret studio. So I'm putting that out into the ether as well. And yeah, again, thanks for listening. I will catch you tomorrow. I will do a podcast. I will wrap it up the year that is then. But thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye.